Taylor. At this time, you're going to be placed under arrest.
Housewives for the men, serving their every desire.
This whole group is swinging with each other.
Swinging scandal has hit Utah.
No one was innocent. Everyone has hooked up with, everyone.
This.
If you have been online at all recently, you have heard about the secret lives of Mormon wives. In case you have been living under a rock, the show stars Jennifer, Jesse, Michaela, Macy, Demi, Layla, Taylor, and Whitney. This show follows these 8 moms and their stories, and let me tell you, it is so much crazier than you could ever expect. Take your expectations and then multiply them by 1,000. I'm not even kidding. For context, all of these women are from Utah, and they are the faces of a group on TikTok that they kind of named Mom Talk. And you would think that going into this would be a group of sweet moms that take their kids to mommy me together, maybe make mommy vlogs. And while they are sweet women, it is so much crazier than that. Genuinely, so much goes on in this series. I don't even know where to start, but I guess we will start with the fact that they are Mormon because this is a huge part of the show. This is actually a huge storyline because there is a split between the moms. Some of them are the saints, aka the good Mormons, and then some of them are the sinners, aka the bad Mormons. And these are their words, not mine. The theme song literally talks about saints versus sinners. It is a big storyline. Some of them, like I said, are extremely, quote, good Mormons. And the so-called good Mormons would do things like not drink coffee. Some of them would get married out of wedlock, have a shotgun wedding because they are expecting. They will be really submissive to their husbands and they will dress very modestly and stuff like that. Whereas the so-called bad Mormons would dress less modest, maybe be single with kids, do ketamine, and a lot of other crazy things. Just overall things that are frowned upon in the Mormon faith. The star of the show is a mom named Taylor Frankie Paul, and you may know her because she did go viral in 2022 because she came out and said that her and her now ex were soft swinging with other Mormon couples in Utah. Because of this, it made headlines and everybody was talking about it. And I don't blame anybody because it is a crazy story. I mean, this Mom Talk group had been seen as a very sweet and wholesome friend group, and to hear that allegedly all of them were soft swinging with each other, it was crazy for the internet to hear. So the series is pretty much picking up right where the scandal left off, and we are watching Taylor try to reconnect with her friends after this whole scandal went down, and they all kind of distance themselves after being looped in with this soft swinging scandal. So right away, the show is off to a crazy start, but then literally in the first episode, Taylor gets arrested. She was arrested because there was violence in the presence of a child after an intoxicated argument with her boyfriend, who is named Dakota. There was actually body cam footage in the show, and it was pretty heavy. You saw everything, and Taylor ended up pleading guilty to assault in August 2023. And since then, she has documented her journey on her TikTok and all her social medias. You would think that her and her boyfriend Dakota broke up after that because that is a crazy thing to go through, but no, they are still together. And personally, I'm going to be completely honest, I think he is a huge man-child, and I truly feel bad for Taylor because it is clear that she is staying with him for, her faith, for her image, for her child, but he is such a child. We will get into it. It is ridiculous. I truly don't think I have ever hated someone that I don't know as much as I hate this man. And I know hate is a strong word, but it is absolutely justified. Anyway, the next pair we meet are Whitney and Connor, and right away, I am not gonna lie, I thought Connor was the fruity best friend.
Your husband is gay!
I am fruity myself. I was shocked to discover that he was actually married to one of the moms named Whitney. Now, while it may seem funny at first and a lot of people are laughing about it on the internet, it's actually really sad. A lot of Mormon men that are gay will hide behind a woman, marry them, have kids, and kind of use the woman, I believe the term is, as their beard. And it's sad that if he is gay or anything besides straight, that he doesn't feel comfortable he can feel that way. Anyway, Connor and Whitney had moved to Hawaii randomly after the swinging scandal. But it turns out that there were actually way bigger things happening behind the scenes. And it turned out that her husband had a addiction and she was trying to hide it. She thought it was a joke. There was a rumor going around that he was on Tinder, allegedly. People think it might be Grindr, but we'll stick to Tinder. And she confronted him and asked if it was a joke, and he actually admitted it wasn't a joke and he had a problem. And Whitney actually said that he was confused, so that kind of feeds to my theory that he was or is confused about his sexuality. Then there's a whole storyline about Whitney debating whether or not to promote a spicy toy. For some reason, it's a big storyline that doesn't really lead anywhere, but she has a whole conversation with her mom and her sister. They try to kind of make it seem like it is about empowering women, but it also just kind of feels like Whitney just wants a storyline about herself, to be honest. Also, they literally didn't even tell us if she posted it or not, and I don't follow her, so
I guess we'll never know.
Meanwhile, while all this is happening, Whitney is trying to confront Connor and trying to figure out how they can grow through the situation. Now, previously, Whitney had actually lied to the rest of the Mom Talk group when they had asked about Connor and this Tinder rumor. And now she wanted to come out and come clean, and she told the girls that Connor had allegedly been messaging women and actually exchanging photos the entire time they were married.
Bruh.
Their entire marriage, not just a one-off situation, one date, which still is horrible, but their entire marriage. Which is just so disgusting. In my opinion, if I was to ever date a man again and he did anything like that to me, absolutely not. I would be done so fast.
There's no way I'm able to do this. There was a rumor that Connor was on Tinder. I don't know if you guys remember that rumor. I lied about it because I was embarrassed. I didn't even know it was true until I confronted Connor. I went to him like, look at this joke. There was more to that. He had been struggling with a porn addiction. I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to come out because I just feel like there's a whole story. There's a reason why people do certain things. I think he was just confused. He never met up with anybody.
How long had it been going on?
Like our whole marriage.
So now we all know that they moved to Hawaii for this reason and not because of Taylor. And this whole entire time, Taylor thought it was her fault that Whitney picked up her entire life and moved it. And she's now finding out that it is not her fault. Now, unfortunately, Taylor decided to pick a rough time to tell the group that she unfortunately suffered a miscarriage with Dakota. And Whitney is actually really upset about this because Taylor changed the topic when she was sharing her personal story, which I understand, but the extent that Whitney got mad, it was just absolutely insane, and it gave such mean girl energy. This evening, Taylor and Dakota go out on a date, and Dakota reveals to us, I guess, that he once had substance abuse issues, and he doesn't want a partner who likes to drink, but Taylor loves to drink, and she loves to party. And she says, she'll probably drink behind his back, all of that. This first episode ends with a call from Taylor and Dakota's neighbors to the police reporting domestic violence. And we see police footage showing Taylor fighting with Dakota. Dakota says that Taylor attacked him and threw a metal chair at him. I just am going to be completely honest with you. I don't know the full story. I wasn't there. None of us know the full story. But I am very shocked by the fact that this happened, and truly think that after watching the show and seeing how fast this man blows up, not just at Taylor, but at her friends, I don't think he is innocent at all. Because guess what? Dakota slept with multiple women the same week, I believe, right before him and Taylor became official. He is a scumbag for so many more reasons, but that is a story for another episode. This series is definitely worth watching, and this video you're watching is my first ever YouTube video. So if you enjoy, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and maybe I'll see you in episode 2. Bye.